What's happening, Mindful Reality family? It's your boy Mark. I am leaving the Challenge Season 39 premiere party. It was a fun premiere party. I think I had more fun at this one than the last one I went to. I went to the Season 38 premiere party, and that one was Devin came for that one. Devin, who won the Ride or Die season along with Tori. Tori wasn't there, but Devin was there by himself. This year we had from the season Olivia, we had Raven, and we had Michelle. All three of them were on the season, and also Chanel showed up. And I think I've mentioned Chanel on this channel before. Chanel from Survivor, and also she was on the most recent season of the Challenge USA 2. And I've been in talks with her about potentially doing an event with her. I'm just trying to maybe iron out some details on my end. But I saw her and I spoke to her, and we discussed that. But the episode was a really good episode. The season has the potential to be a really exciting season. The beginning of the episode, they did a competition to start the episode where $50,000 was on the line right away. Then they had a voting thing where everybody stands up in the elimination spot and they vote for who they want to go. They have somewhat of a deliberation beforehand. I mean, they have their own deliberation before they get to TJ. And this girl, Jessica, who I don't know, but she was like, I don't really need the money. I just want to make it another week, blah, blah, blah. Everybody was like, okay. Jessica was voted in almost unanimously. And Jessica got to pick who she went against in the elimination. She picked Big T. She gave a bunch of reasons for picking Big T. But really, I think that she just picked Big T because Big T is historically not been good at these challenges. They said, oh, it's because she's a big social threat. I don't think it's because she's a big social threat. I think she just looked at her and sized her up and said, this is the person that I can beat. Big T did it. When I tell you that people in that venue were screaming when they saw the Big T won, they were screaming, including myself. I was like, yo, Big T did it. Big T proved her wrong. Big T proved everybody wrong. And TJ kind of gassed her up a little bit. He was like, you would have beaten any man or woman in that elimination tonight. And I was like, TJ, you're doing a little too much, but I understand. We all love Big T. My recap of the event itself, like I said, it's a fun event. If you have never been to a Challenge Mania, they are worth going. I think at this point, I probably have attended maybe 5, 6 of them. But I always, if you guys know me and these Challenge Mania events specifically, whenever I go, I have a specific thing that I go to do. I always have like my own moments in these things where I plan something out to do. And this one is funny. I'm going to have a whole video of it. But if y'all saw when I went to Philadelphia for the Challenge Mania in Philadelphia, I met Olivia in that challenge. And Verna was a buzzkill and rude on the episode tonight. Hi Indus. Hi Harley, and hi DM Rocks. She was. So I met Olivia. Olivia was here tonight, and I met Olivia previously when she came to the Challenge Mania in Philadelphia. I think that was her first time doing a Challenge Mania, and I made these three. I had these three trophies made. One was for Olivia, one was for Anissa, one was for Nerese. Nerese never showed up, so I still have that one in my house. I gave Anissa hers and I gave Olivia hers, and Olivia was like, "Oh my God, this is so nice." And then she was like, she dropped it, and it broke. So I have that on video. I have that on my page, and so I had a picture of it before it broke that I had taken before it broke. And I went to Staples and I laminated it. And I'm like, when I see her this time, I'm gonna give her the a laminated picture, and I'm gonna be like, I'm giving you this. I laminated it, and it's something that you can't break. And that's exactly what I did. And she thought it was hilarious. I'm gonna show you guys that video tomorrow. But yeah, it was a fun time. It was a fun time. I like Challenge Mania events. I still would like to throw my own. I'm still figuring out some details on how to throw my own events. I was initially planning to throw a Big Brother party, watch party for my birthday, but it just wasn't working out and it was too short of notice. But I might try to do something when it comes to the challenge. I'm still thinking about it. It's not easy to throw events, but I have bigger goals than most people. So my end goals are never to just do a bunch of podcasts. I like doing this, but it's not an end goal for me. Hi, Deborah. Oh, there was this funny thing. I don't remember what this guy's name was, but whatever guy it was that Michelle um, had some kind of thing going on with, because Michelle was there tonight, and she was like, "Let the record show." Yeah, Michelle was at the party, and Michelle was mad at that guy. I don't know his name, but that guy on the first episode that said he did not have a girlfriend, and he did. She was she was really pissed. And Scott got on the mic and was like, "Everybody say F whatever his name is. I don't know his name. What was his name? Callum. Yeah. What is Callum? Was Callum from the Challenge UK? I think, right? Scott, who is the host of these things, was like, "Everybody say on the count of three, F Callum, F Callum," and everybody was booing him every time he got on the screen. Michelle always has beef with people on the show. I've met her like maybe 2 to 3 times, and she's always nice. It's just like Amira from Big Brother 24. I'm telling y'all, I came on here and I said Amira from Big Brother 24 is honestly one of the nicest people that I've met from any of these events, and people are like, "Oh, you like you were swindled," and I'm like, "Nah, she's consistently been a nice person." These shows often bring out the worst in people, and sometimes they don't even know how to handle being on the show. And a lot of what we're seeing are their lowest moments on TV. They fell out of love quickly. They did. They did fall out of love quickly. Definitely. They definitely fell out of love quickly. They definitely fell out of love quickly. But yeah, I had a good time. It was supposedly a 90s costume party. I saw that Michelle has merchandise with her face on it. She has merchandise? Oh, that's interesting. I think I took a couple pictures with Michelle. I spoke to her and I told her that I met her at the karaoke, the Big Brother lip sync battle that was hosted by Aza. And she remembered me from there because I was like, remember I spoke to you about having a mental health podcast slash channel? And she was telling me at that time, she was like, I'm not ready to go on the channel and do an interview on your channel. But she said, we could use a lot more people who do what you do because that's important to us on these shows, having like safe space podcasts to be able to talk to people who are not trying to just embarrass us or create viral moments by asking certain questions, because she was like, you go through a lot being in those environments and being on those shows, and then it makes it hard when you come out, when you get people who are just trying to kind of exploit you for the sake of views and everything like that. So that's kind of what I spoke about with her. It's interesting that I've had so few people that I've asked from these events actually do interviews with me, but the types of conversations that I have with them at these events, I feel like I wish this was recorded, because this is pretty much, they'll answer all my questions for me when I'm there. Like, I always have good conversations with everybody, Big Brother people, Challenge, Amazing Race, Survivor, whatever. But then when I'm like, hey, I have a podcast, they're like, yeah, I know. I saw that, and I mean, I saw that they were having one, and I would have been interested to go to that one. Not that this one was anything wrong with it, but I've already met all of them before. I met Olivia before. I met Michelle before. I met Chanel. Who was the other person I said? Olivia, Michelle, Chanel. Was there one more? Oh, Ryan was there. That's not who I said before, though. Olivia, Michelle, Chanel, Ryan, somebody else. Who was person number 5? Behind the mystery door. Oh, Raven. There we go. Olivia, Michelle, Chanel, Raven, and Ryan. There's 5 people from the show. Not 5 people from the current show, but 5 people who have been on the show. But 3 people from the current show, which were Olivia, Raven, and Michelle. Yeah, I would. Good evening, Lin Lin. I would have been interested to see the one with Kylan and Nerese, mainly because, I mean, I saw Kylan already just to meet Nerese. I'd never met her before. But I don't know how their party would be, because I know Challenge Mania is the main group that does those challenge parties. So I don't really know how other ones would go, but I guess it would be kind of the same. I mean, what's the difference really? Just different hosts. I'm sure that was a good event. I'm gonna check Instagram and see what it was like. But I'm gonna have to rewatch this whole thing, because for anyone who has not been to a watch party for one of these shows, I now have in my mind that it's just to meet the people that come, because you are not going to hear anything. It's loud in there. The sound of the show is not that loud, and everybody talks through everything, so you don't really hear too much. And everybody cheers. When somebody from the show shows up on the screen, Everybody's like, ah! They had a costume party. The person who won the costume party had a blow up doll of Johnny Bananas and pasted a thing of his face on there and put it on a backpack and did the CT walk. She had on a CT shirt and did like the CT walk as if that blow up doll was Bananas. That was funny. She won the costume contest. There's going to be another Challenge Mania event in New York in January, and they said Landon is coming. And they said that Landon does not come to many events, so I don't know if I'm going to go to that one, but we'll see. I personally have to see the rest of the lineup before I decide whether I'm going to go or not. Oh, yeah, Berner was upset that she didn't get a room with Michelle. She sure was. I was actually sitting right next to the table with all of them. So it was funny to see their reactions to everything. They were cheering Big T on hard as well. I mean, even though they already knew Big T won that elim, they were like, "Come on, Big T, yeah, Big T." Yeah, it was interesting. But I just hopped on here to give y'all just a quick recap of the event. I enjoyed myself. It was a good time. That's the most important part. And I'm going to be doing challenge recaps. I'm going to be doing challenge recaps. Big Brother is ending in a couple of weeks. And when it ends, I'm going to be fully invested into doing my full challenge breakdowns like I did last year. I'm looking forward to that. The challenge is my favorite of these competition shows. I really loved the fact that you can vote one person in, and then the person who gets voted in can pick anybody to go against. I love that aspect of it because I mean I know that this week it worked out to where the person who made her picked who she thought was the safest to go against. I mean she lost, so it obviously didn't work out for her, but you might get somebody who gets thrown in there who's like, I want to make a big move and take a big competitor. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this shakes out. And I'm so excited that the vets are going to be in there kind of like mercenaries, like the season Invasion of the Champs, something like that. I'm excited to see how that pans out. I'm excited to see Cara Maria, CT, Jordan, like these people are, and it's going to be a surprise. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting season. So that's my quick recap of how the watch party went. I'm going to have a little bit of footage. I don't have a ton of footage because my phone died, but I have a little bit of footage, and I'm going to catch up on my ride back and see what has been happening in the Big Brother world. And because I wasn't able to do a night recap, and because there was actually a lot of people on my morning recap yesterday, I think I'm going to do another morning one on eviction night. I'll have two tomorrow, a morning live and an evening live. So thank y'all for hopping on. Thanks for joining me. And we are going to talk tomorrow.